Read it right. I can read.
That
Let me put my headphones on so I can hear
remains
it.
to be seen.
The guy that just messaged on there
With the dab.
with a dab, yeah.
Oh, and Christian's here too.
Ooh, look at that.
Is that fucking Tenzel?
So T million.
Look at that. There's Casey.
Hey.
There's Will. Almost Will. Almost Will. No Will.
Will needs to be turned on.
And me. How you guys doing?
What's up, Kevin?
Not much.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty good. I'm still recovering from feeling shitty,
Yeah,
but
that's
not too
fair.
bad.
I too am feeling awesome.
Under the weather.
I just haven't been sleeping,
Oh.
you know. So
Is your sleep app working?
yeah, no, it's just I just haven't been, sleeping. What?
Wasn't T million here the other night?
I don't know.
If you look at his profile picture, doesn't that look like that
Mm-hmm.
might be the guy that
Yeah, it's possible.
that reviews whiskey
Yeah, it's
and
possible.
reviews? No, he sells whiskey down in the Bay, down in I believe San Jose.
Yeah, it looks kind of like him, yeah. I mean, the picture's really small on mine. You have the bigger pictures, unfortunately. So
Oh, yeah. Even on mine is kind of small.
yeah, so even there. But that's all good. Oh me. Let me work on that cough syrup real quick.
Oh, yeah? You going to drink the cough syrup? Nah,
No. No, I'm trying to get rid of the taste of that cough syrup that Lynn gave me.
Right? I'm trying to get rid of that, too.
Yeah. No, I have the
Yes, I did try it.
rare character
Great.
That's my fault.
Ambarana going right now.
Ah.
Yeah.
The
So
other one we need to test.
yes, delicious.
We do not. Don't need to test that.
Yes, delicious.
They all say that. Casey cutting his cigar. Lane getting all set up. Look at that. Oh.
I'm gonna smoke.
You gonna say it?
Or we're in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome. This is the Daily Torch. Like, comment, subscribe.
Do you have that wah, wah, wah?
No, I don't have the wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not doing the wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, you can.
This isn't Miami in 2010. We don't need an air horn.
Come on, we
No.
always need an air horn. Almost there.
Yeah, well, it's bad cough syrup, Christian. It really is.
That it is.
But it's all right. I have Ambarana cough syrup to help me.
Christian said, dude, cough syrup will ruin your palate for the next 2 hours.
I believe it will,
He's not wrong.
especially that
So,
one.
Christian, what you should know is it's the whiskey that we're going to review in our video for later in the week. I was very hopeful. I was excited about that bottle. I smelled it, was disappointed. Tasted it, was even more disappointed. Because it's trash.
Can we skip that one and just go with this one? Ooh, that Knob
We
Creek
can
smells
we can
good.
review them together.
Here.
There we go.
What do we got here?
Oh, that's that Knob Creek leaky
yeah.
barrel.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
good.
That's very good. Is
Hey,
that one
it's-
of Kevin's picks?
Yeah.
That's really good.
This was the 84 bottles is what they got out of the barrel because it was leaking.
Oh, that was from the tasting. You went to the dinner thing, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun. I enjoyed it. Met a bunch of people, handed our cards out, of course, trying to get our name out there a little bit more.
Of course.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I tried this mix in a, what was it, an old fashioned? It was pretty good. I haven't had an old fashioned in a while, and it worked really well in it.
yeah, okay.
And then I also got Stouticus in there, which apparently I wasn't supposed to get poured a growler, but the kid at the bar didn't know at the time, so I got a growler full.
Okay.
Oh, you
So
gotta love
I
when
figured
they
we'd
make
try it
mistakes.
side by side with it. I mean, it's just another thing. I know you enjoy beer.
I do. I really enjoy bourbon barrel aged stouts.
Yeah, they sent this one. So it's Stouticus from Shoe Tree, and then Shoe Tree aged it an extra like 6 months to a year
Casey,
in that barrel.
Okay.
What's that?
I was going to text you about that.
Oh, You up or down?
No, it's perfect right
Oh, is
now.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it was blowing my ears out.
I saw the knob was turned. I'm sorry.
Casey, I've got you framed in an ocean. How did I do that?
I live in an ocean.
Because he's under the sea.
An ocean of what?
Sorrow.
You know what I thought of when you said that?
What?
Tears of unfathomable sadness.
You know what? I said all that, but I just said it in a word that's not college educated like you.
I didn't make that up. That's a cartoon quote.
From what
From
cartoon?
what cartoon?
Cartoon
Tears
quote?
of unfathomable sadness.
Yeah.
It's from
Looney Tunes?
no, it's from the chili con carne cook-off South Park episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, see, when you say cartoon, I don't think
South Park.
Yeah.
I don't think South
I
Park.
don't think when I think of Lane, I don't think he'd watch that show.
I was not a
geez.
huge South Park guy, but being as that is the most evil cartoon episode ever devised by man,
Oh yeah,
I had to watch it.
Your tears, they're my sustenance.
He's licking the tears, the kid's crying after eating his parents and chili off his face. Like that's just
Demented.
it's evil.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Anyway, dude, this week like I've been nothing but yelled at by people all week.
Really?
Yeah, and not always like on every level, like passive aggressive yelling, like oh, I'm very disappointed. Like just all week, just people are chippy and bitter. I don't know if it's the change of the season or what. Like
It-
something's
believe-
going on.
Yeah, I think it is actually, Lane. I think it's not only the change of the season. We recently had the time change, and it's people are still adjusting.
Yes.
It's
they
the
may
time
not, they may
change.
not realize it.
It's the time change, the fact that it keeps snowing on them and they're getting irritated with it.
Yes.
Yeah, they're probably not. Yeah,
Oh.
they're paying.
But this when I was in hospitality,
Yeah,
this was like we would make jokes about March Madness. Like it wasn't just about football. It was all about people just getting insane.
right.
For whatever reason, I don't know if it's because the type of people that decide to come and visit are on that level of just like they've been working through all the holidays and now they're finally able to unwind. So they just have all this pent up like holiday anger that they've had to bottle in for so long.
So this is
Whatever reason, this is the time that it gets stupid.
this has been a reoccurrence during the
Yes.
end of March, beginning of April.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if it has something. Well, I was thinking it might have something to do with inflation, and the fact that people are paying more for,
No.
or they're not getting as many goods as they used to when they were paying the same amount. I mean, but you're saying this has been
This is the
how
thing.
an
This is the
annual.
thing.
How did you just make that political?
I didn't mean to make it political. I was just,
Look here, Mr. Senator. You can't blame everything on inflation.
it was
okay?
very easy. I instituted
I-
the word inflation.
Yes.
Right?
Very.
All right, wait, hold on. I do want to
that-
get this out of the way, right? Because I'm hearing, from the left, like inflation is down, the economy's strong, it's normal, wages are outpacing inflation, right? And the right's like, we're still paying a lot for everything. I'm gonna sum this up in one sentence, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Inflation is down, prices are not.
Right.
That's
But that doesn't correlate.
it does correlate because inflation is inflation is down year over year from what it was last year. But you're not getting the price increases that you saw from inflation last year, the year before back.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Why did you do that?
How dare you?
It was.
Little
it was in front
little
of the door.
bunny foo-foo's just hopping around the forest, and you messed up the camera tripod.
I mean, it still looks like it's in frame.
We really need a picture of Mo right now.
It's okay, Mo.
Usually not that far apart.
It's like right there at
It's
the edge.
perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's precision right there. It doesn't get more precise than that. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Anyway, so yeah, I've been getting yelled at all week. Although I got to be honest, right? So today, first of all, my commute is about an hour.
Yes.
fair.
Today it was like an hour 40,
Really?
and in the middle of it, an hour 40, and I was the asshole. Like I was driving like an ass.
At least it wasn't yesterday.
Like the roads were white, but there was no snow. They just didn't plow it all the way down to the asphalt for the first half. Then the roads were asphalt. At one point, I was behind someone on an asphalt road, going like 25 miles under the speed limit. Just like, well, where are we going? So what are we doing? I don't understand it. Why are we driving slow?
I didn't deal with that this
Is
week.
your car broken? Do you still have chains on?
Did
Like,
for-
what's happening right now?
Did you forget where the gas pedal is?
No, people are taking pictures.
As my dad used to
yeah.
say,
Yeah.
it's the slanty pedal on the right.
But
The
Casey
go-go
just
pedal.
made a great.
They're taking pictures.
Yeah, they're taking.
They were
pictures.
there was nothing to take pictures of. We weren't next to the lake.
Yeah, it's majestic mountains and snow. People have pictures of that shit.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But no,
yeah.
at least it wasn't yesterday.
What was yesterday?
Yesterday, Kingsbury Grade was closed from about 3:07 till 8 o'clock.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Both directions.
Why?
Because there was an accident right next to the Chevron,
Oh,
and they shut down the whole road.
dude, there were some gnarly. I like driving home last night. You know that meadow coming in towards the casinos where it drops back down to 35.
Yeah.
Dead straight road, right?
Yep.
No turn there.
Nope.
There was an SUV on its side in the meadow.
What?
Was there
Nice.
Yeah, I looked like I double took because I didn't.
Yeah.
You don't even think about that. Like,
How did
I
that happen?
I glanced over and then I look back and I go, "How did you get there?"
Yeah.
Were they still at the car?
Was there
Yes.
anyone there?
There were people there. Like they'd stopped, otherwise they would have stopped. There were a bunch of cars there. It was like, what? All right, fine. You do you.
It's kind of like
I was coming up today, and I saw an Aston Martin
Oh, nice.
on the side of the road in what looked like 2 inches of snow, and I just laughed because I'm like, that's not a winter vehicle.
Oh, dude, I was behind pulling into the ski resort. I was behind one of the Black Series with chains on the rear tires.
Oh.
I'm like, dude, you hit that gas pedal wrong. Those chains aren't gonna do a damn bit of good.
Chains are
Like,
gonna.
you're gonna get smoked.
Fenders are gone. The brake lines are gone. Like, oh, that's silly.
But you know what? That I stopped. So when I was patrolling in Lakeland Village, it came into the garage, and these guys are putting on the chains, and I go, and they're at the back of the car, and I go, "Hey guys, like, how you doing?" And blah blah blah, and I go, "Is this front wheel drive?" "Oh yeah, it's front wheel drive." I go,
Wah, wah,
"What? But you're putting the chains, and they actually weren't chains; they were the cables."
Yeah.
And I go, "You're putting the cables on the back," and they go, "Yeah, isn't that where they go?" And I go, "Not if it's a front wheel drive." And I was laughing. I was laughing just like that when I was talking to him. They go, "Oh, really? Wow, man, thanks. Really appreciate it. Do you think we're going to get out of here in the morning, or do you think I ought to get out, right now, tonight?" And I go, "I don't think we're going to have any significant snowfall." "Well, what about the summit?" I go, "Nah."
Missed opportunity, Will. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, I know.
You could have been like, there's going to be a blizzard that you've never seen.
Christian goes, "I had a DB9. I never would have put chains on a DB9." That's because, Christian, you're smarter than the average bear.
I mean, yeah, some all-season Pirellis would probably be nice on a DB9.
Right? Nice car for the record.
Hell of a car.
That's what was pulled over in the snow today.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is sad.
It clearly just had racing slicks on.
Did people just think that winter is over and they're like, "I'm
Yes.
going to take out the nice one"?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's spring.
Yeah, it's spring.
It's spring. It's not going to be a heavy snowfall.
I mean, in their defense, it was really slick last night,
Yeah.
but still, some cars in some places that just didn't make sense.
Well, and like, because James came up yesterday.
Really?
In the Bad James Batmobile.
Yeah. How do you get that up here?
Well, because it was 70 degrees and sunny in Sacramento. And so they just were like, oh, perfect. Let's just go to the top of the mountain. And about the time they got past Placerville, they went, wait a minute. What's this white shit falling from the
What
sky?
are we doing?
What are we
At no
doing?
point did they decide to turn around.
No, because by the time they got past Placerville, they were already committed. So they said, we're going.
Fair enough. By the way, James, when you see this, thank you for that bottle. We're the shop is the new proud owners of a Jack 10 from last year, which was really good.
Ooh.
That was a good
V12.
bottle.
Casey, did James just come up for the day?
Yes, they came specifically to throw craps and deliver a bottle to Lane.
Oh, that
Wait,
was awfully
he
nice
came
of them.
without W
Yes.
to throw craps?
Yes. Well,
Is he being punished
I
right
might,
now?
I might
Is
not
he
be able
being
to say
punished?
that. I might have just snitched.
He just did. He definitely did.
I might have snitched. No, because she had other things she had to do for
does
Easter.
that matter?
Well, now that it's passed, the past is passed,
The past is past.
so it can't be undone.
Well, for him, this is now the present again for him, especially if she hears it now.
I don't think she watches.
This will be the one night.
This is when they start right here.
Oh my God! So, Wolf just opened
Yeah, I
the
saw that,
Vanderpump restaurant.
and it's terrible.
Well, so one of the girls that I've known for a really long time, like I text her jokingly because she's a host over there, right? She's a VIP host.
Oh,
So I
okay.
text her. I'm like, "Hey, when are you taking me to dinner at Wolf?" And her response was, "Never. The food is so mediocre."
Oh,
I was just ashamed too because that
Ouch.
room, like the pictures of the room, are beautiful.
the space looks
Yeah.
beautiful. Like they put in some work. So it's like a charcuterie restaurant
Where's this at?
What,
in
yeah.
Harvey's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it?
It's on the wall. You know where was it McPee's or McDuff's or
yeah,
whatever?
no, they
yeah.
opened
Yeah.
up that whole wall. It's
Yeah.
all windows now. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
it's
where
beautiful.
The, where
Oh,
the
when you
where
come
the
up that-
seafood where the seafood buffet was.
Yeah, it'll be nice when
Yes.
they put a real restaurant in there 18
Yeah.
months from now.
But they opened a patio area, seating.
They did that during COVID.
Yeah, no, they just did it now.
No, but I mean they completely rebuilt the patio.
Yeah,
the
it's
patio's
all-
been there forever.
It's all brand new now,
Yeah,
Oh,
and
It's beautiful.
It's pretty. Like they spent some money.
In other
dude,
words-
T Million is in yacht sales.
Yeah.
Is this someone that came through when I wasn't here?
No, that is the Reverend Cleophas Terry.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
on the streets he's known as T Funk or T Squared
or
Gotcha.
Yeah.
or T Million.
or T Million. Yeah, but yes, he's in yacht sales.
I did not know that.
Nothing under 75 feet.
That's. I mean, yeah, that's yachts.
Yeah, no, he's a strong boater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, do we want to get off personal stories? Do you guys want to talk about some stuff?
Well, I mean,
I didn't. They're like I know I saw nothing for topics. I've also been buried at work. So
Yeah.
I wrote down because you had pretty much like all the topics that seemed pretty interesting.
yeah.
So I wrote them down. And except for, hang on, I have to do this. Baseball's not interesting. Okay, let me just. I'm looking right at you.
Yeah.
So you know.
He
Okay.
means Will.
I watched 2 games already,
Which one?
and I don't care.
Which ones?
I watched the Dodgers play today.
Uh-huh.
All right, or as they should now be known as the West Coast Empire.
Did they just destroy him?
No, they lost, but
Oh.
that's besides the point.
Damn.
Yeah, they lost.
They're not
Yeah.
going to lose many games.
The West Coast Dodgers are going to win 60, lose 60, and then they're probably going to make up 45 and then still lose in the playoffs. So I don't know what anyone's excited about.
in the first round.
Yes. The only thing that was exciting was the 3 bench clearing brawls they had
Is that right?
in the East Coast.
Who
and
did-
that was way more exciting.
Who'd they play?
Who?
Dodgers. Dodgers.
St. Louis,
Okay. and
which
that's-
isn't really fair, but
So
you know.
they're coming home tonight to play us tomorrow.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Oh. So you're going to get beat by 15 this time, or?
Whoa. Hey, look, we gave back just as they got, just as hard as they gave.
I was surprised you guys have a new coach.
Yeah, you
He
didn't know
looks,
that?
he looks familiar.
Yeah,
though.
Bob Melvin. He
Yeah.
he used to coach the San Diego Padres.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was he the Padres coach? Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering why he looked familiar. I was like, I know that guy from somewhere, but it's not interesting. Talk to me in the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, well, let's get a couple weeks under our belts.
Yeah,
And see,
yeah,
see
yeah.
where
It's-
everybody's
it's-
kind of landed.
See how they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It
they're
was-
still
It's
rolling
early.
out. Yeah, rolling out
I-
wrinkles
I-
and stuff like that.
I will say that the opening day in Oakland
Uh-huh.
was comical.
Okay.
How so?
Opening day for Oakland because the MLB has approved the move.
Oh, okay,
So
good.
the MLB said you guys can go to Vegas, like whatever, it's fine. So everyone is protesting. They had 13,500 people show up to the stadium.
For opening day.
Yeah, you remember the opening beginnings of Major League when there's like sporadic groups of people rooting for the Indians in the very beginning of Major
Yeah,
League?
I don't remember it.
All right, well, in the beginning of Major League, because the Indians suck.
Okay.
Yes.
So they have this whole deal where, like, there's basically 50 or so groups of like little tiny groups of people and just empty seats everywhere. That's exactly how Oakland looked. It was empty.
Well, I mean, that's a big stadium, so 13,000 people.
Terrible. 13,000 is terrible.
Well,
but it was
yeah,
really it
that's
was
not even-
hilarious.
That's not even 25%
No.
of these. That might not even be. That's less. No, I'm just thinking it's less than 15%.
It's probably not even 10% of the
Yeah, I
pop.
was just gonna say. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it's
think.
it's
not.
sad. And
Oh no,
but that was it. That was it. That was all that was interesting.
That's it. That's
Well, that,
sad.
I mean, if you want, Final Four is really interesting because North Carolina State's 11 seed and they're in the Final Four.
Okay.
So that's kind of interesting.
So we just spent what about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, not even that, maybe talking about baseball, and he said it wasn't interesting.
We were making fun of
It's still-
baseball.
we were making fun of it.
We were making fun of
He
baseball.
was making fun of
but
it. Yeah.
That's,
and
that's
it's-
why it's interesting.
You know,
so
I
we
have
can make
I
fun
have
of
the
it.
mute button for you.
You won't do it. There we go, Will. Yeah, it is.
Actually, you know what's funny is I read today, Oakland's going through some interesting things.
Oh, yeah?
In what way?
So there are 4 or 5 more series of stores that are leaving the city.
Oh, that's
Like what series?
retail stores.
So Target is removing 3 locations.
Okay, they were.
Starbucks is removing 7 locations.
Oh,
The Whole Foods pulled out. All of the Taco Bells are about to close and be drive-through only. And In-N-Out closed their first store since its inception.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But that
all
some
because
time
of crime.
That was some time ago that they
That-
did that.
It's all this has happened within the last 6 months.
Yeah. Oh, I want to say it's all happened with probably in the last 60 days.
Well, no, it's been the last 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
wow.
So
I didn't think In-N-Out would
Yes.
close at all.
Christian knows exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that
And
too.
that's the major league quote right there. Yeah, no, they're apparently it's just like rampant crime. There's like organized theft.
That's Oakland, right?
Yeah, it's all in Oakland.
We were
So-
talking to those police officers that were in, I think last week, right?
But they're talking now. So the city of Oakland said that they might institute like a $80 million security upgrade project with a couple of the corporations that are down there. I'm pretty sure Oakland's going to start looking like RoboCop.
You know,
Like
that,
it's going to look that version of the future law enforcement is where we're getting to right now. Like it's going to be RoboCop.
Right.
The ED 209 is just going to walk around like, citizen, show me your identification.
Well, the interesting part, I mean, In-N-Out closed it because of violence. It wasn't because they were getting
that's it's too dangerous to go anywhere.
Right.
Like it's legitimately you can't
I think
go
you
to
got one.
Starbucks.
right.
It's too dangerous.
I did.
It's ridiculous.
I wonder. Never mind.
But that's all that's going on there.
I was going to get into concealed carry and
again.
again.
No,
Well, I mean, you think people would, but at the same time, it's California, so they're unsure on what
no,
how that's going to process at that
this
point.
is we're past that.
Yes, we are.
Oakland's the Wild West. They don't care about concealed carry.
That's right.
Well, no. So obviously, criminals don't care about
Yeah, no,
concealed
yeah.
carry. I'm just thinking about defending yourself.
Oh, I imagine gun sales are going up in Oakland as we speak.
I would agree with you. I concur. Can you track that?
Gun sales?
I'm sure there's a department that does that somewhere in the federal government.
Or I bet-
Probably some 3-letter organization.
I'm thinking it is even done statewide.
California would do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a California branch of the federal department that's 3 letters that looks at those kinds of things.
Well, I'm
You
thinking,
know, the
Yeah.
ATF.
Lane, do you know?
well,
No idea.
Yeah,
Calif-
it's the ATF.
Got
The
it.
Department
It
of
should be.
Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms.
We know they do. I was just thinking there.
I'm just thinking what. So, if does California? Do you, Lane,
I missed all of
don't-
making fun of baseball.
I
Do
don't-
they?
Yes.
What numbers? What numbers are we curious if California tracks? The answer is yes.
The sales of
Firearms.
Absolutely.
in a
Oakland.
certain city or county.
You got to remember, Brady though was a federal bill, is run by state agencies,
Oh,
like people within the state of California doing the California background checks, even
Yeah.
though they work for Brady. yes, they track those numbers.
Yeah. So there's a department in California that would do that.
100%.
Yes.
Was it DOJ? California DOJ?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least
Wait.
I'm thinking
You
correctly.
you know.
Yeah.
know.
I'm not far off.
Yeah.
Would you be able to find out those numbers as a populace?
I'm sure you can Google.
Oh,
it.
yeah, I'm
I'm
sure.
pretty
Just
sure
Google
too.
it.
Yeah.
Isn't that the part of the Freedom of Information Act?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I love the Freedom of Information Act. You can get anything.
So speaking of which,
Almost.
all right.
Where are we?
So Armed Scholar puts up a video today.
Okay.
Right? Now, I think he's intelligent.
All right.
I saw that. I didn't watch it.
I think he's legally intelligent.
Ooh.
I think he's also scamming people. Like he's playing the algorithm, and it pisses me off because it's like breaking news, random decision changes the entire world, and then he gets in there. He's talking about nothing that actually happened. There's no substantive decision that makes any fucking sense. It's just like what he thinks is going to happen with decisions that may or may not occur in the next 6 months. Like, dude, you're pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, I've stopped watching him, although I'm not interested in most of what his headlines are anymore because I know it's just regurgitated.
It's just clickbait.
Yeah, it's regurgitated information.
And his opinion
Episodes.
and his opinions are stilted towards the people that are his audience.
Of course.
He's like, they're not. It's not legal judgment. It's not like I think this is going to happen because this judge has done this and this judge has done that. And I heard him one time was like, well, the federal government, the Supreme Court's probably not going to take it on emergency appeal because they don't like to do that. They're waiting for something on the merits, right?
Sure.
Which is true. That's what they do. I've heard him say that once in like the 12 videos I've tried to watch in the last 45 days. I can't watch his everyday video because most of them are just junk. It's just obnoxious. Like, can we just, like, okay, I get that this really doesn't work for YouTube, but let's just put in the headline what's actually happening, what we're really going to talk about, and then see if people watch. If they want to know more, they'll pay attention.
Right.
I think this is the latest, and I think this is going to happen because, and then discuss.
Right.
Like, what happened to that? Do we really need this clickbait junk?
Well, I think.
You're in a long hallway. Well, long hallway. Way out back.
So, so I had to get the monitor corrected.
Even the people way down at Pearl.
Way away from the microphone. So, I've begun to watch like Copper Jacket. I think is one of them. And there's CRPA.
Yeah, my problem with Copper Jacket is his legal reasoning is not sound.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's definitely
He's
It's just
talking
as-
about hopes and dreams and regurgitating legal reasoning he's heard somewhere else.
right.
And I listen to it and I go, well, that's not right.
So there's another one. There's another one, a CRPA, and I think it's California Rifle and Pistol Association. And there's a guy that I think is affiliated with them. It's not the actual association. That does. He has guests that are fairly well read, I believe, in the Second Amendment and what's going on in the
I guess I would be okay if they just did this. Let's separate what we think is going to happen with what we want to happen. Because they seem to muddle the two.
Oh, you want facts?
Well, I want sound analysis followed by what should happen. What I desire to happen is this because I think the proper interpretation of whatever law is based on this legal reasoning and X, right? Or, I think we should be able to carry guns because why? Like, but those are all hopes and desires.
Okay.
Which, cool. I appreciate that. Like, let's persuade a bunch of people that what you want is the right thing because of whatever. But let's also look at the court that whatever issue is in and the path it has to walk to get to the next court and the next court and the next court and say, I think along this path, these things are going to happen. This is what you have to look forward to. Then we have, because really what they're just trying to do is make people angry when what they want to happen doesn't happen because it's going to take another 18 months or something because the legal system is slow by design. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
I'm just
I-
ranting.
no,
I just
that's-
have a
No,
hard
no, no.
time with a lot
That's-
of these YouTube videos because they're talking about stuff that either doesn't make sense, is never going to happen, or is going to happen, but it's, as much as 2 years away.
So
Yeah.
I agree with you, Lane. There is a lot of hyperbole or whatever you want to call it. But you're
Hyperbole?
I'm about
hyperbole.
to say, what's a hyperboil? I want one of them.
It's a crawfish thing.
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
Tis hyperbole.
So there's a lot of yada yada chatter. I was trying to be funny and it didn't work.
You were funny in the hyperboil.
There we go.
You guys are just being mean now.
But
we're not.
But the thing that I'm looking at and I can't find is like exactly what you just said. This is going to go to this court, and if it goes our way, then this is going to happen. If it doesn't go our way, then this is going to happen. And I think what they are
Yes, you.
afraid of is that that's too boring.
No,
I think
you,
the
you-
guy that-
you want the news.
I
is
get
what
I
you
know
want.
what we want.
I
Yeah.
want
But
the news.
Yeah, you want the
But
news.
what these pundits are not doing is
I don't think pundit is the right word.
is it not the right
No,
word?
it is the right word.
Is it really?
Pundit is the right word.
Pundit? Oh, okay.
So anyway, what these pundits aren't doing is laying out the roadmap, based upon the facts.
Yes.
See, my problem is, look, I can go through and read the decisions and come to an opinion that's probably pretty close to what I think is actually going to happen, right?
Yeah, that's
I
why we
have
talk
I
to
have
you.
the tools. I spent a number of years developing the tools. I paid a lot of money for that.
That's why we ask you.
Yes.
But generally speaking, I don't have the time. Like I am doing what I accuse people of doing all the time, being lazy, right? Like I want a quick summary of the facts, and I have to sit through these 8 and 16-minute videos because that's when the commercials kick in YouTube, where they blather on about nonsense for 14 minutes, and they get the actual point, and there's no actual point. I'm like, well, that was a waste of 16 minutes of my time.
Yeah, you do have to like that.
But
the
you're not.
videos.
But
I
you're
like
not
that.
the common audience. You're.
Yeah, but the common audience would do well from the information that I'm looking for.
You're not wrong.
They'd be
But
more.
the-
They'd be more informed
There's
for
no
sure.
clickbait there.
Yeah, that doesn't get views.
No,
Yeah.
But what? Okay, in
no,
theory,
no, no. It doesn't get views. It just doesn't market and play right.
it could get views eventually. In theory,
It would take time.
right?
Yes.
It develops a genuine audience
Yep.
based on a presentation of facts that over time they know to watch because they're getting reliable information, rather than generating a random clicks for 45 seconds when they dictate when they determine whether or not they actually want to pay attention to what you're about to say or if it's useful in the slightest. And most of the time it's not.
Yeah.
So, basically, what you're saying is they're being lazy.
Yes,
Yeah,
which
well-
is also what I
well,
want to do.
they're the problem now.
Thanks for that, Will. Appreciate
is-
that a lot. That was great.
The problem now is that we're running into, right? Is that everyone goes, oh, I want views and I want ad revenue. So they fill in.
Right.
They basically just fill their videos with pork.
So
And
what
just
you're
stand there.
saying is we have the same problem in this country we've always had.
Yes.
Is that we're a bunch of money grubbing whores.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now that that's
Good-
clear.
But
Good,
I love-
good usage
I love
of the word
capitalism.
whores.
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 Oh,
What are you guys smoking? For Christ's sake, let's talk about something that actually matters.
I don't know. You got the camera on you. What are you smoking?
Oh, I'm
are
smoking.
you smoking?
Oh, I'm smoking a New World Dorado Robusto.
Of course you are.
This the other cigar. If it's not a Henry Clay first cigar of the night. I mean, sometimes when it's this and I'm running in and
Yeah.
we're jumping on, I'll grab something serious. It's probably a little bit too much cigar for the first cigar.
Like the
But-
Mi Cadera?
Carita.
Carita?
Mi
Cadera.
Cadera.
I'm sticking with Mi Cadera. I haven't changed. I'm sticking with
You
it.
got that meat carry there,
Just call
don't
it.
you?
That
Just
meat
call it
curry
the
there.
Dunbarton Cued.
The Dumbarton Kid.
Like, yeah, the Dunbarton.
Look
You
at that
guys
face.
are
Look at
fucking
that.
killing me.
Dunbarton Q, huh?
Yes, I'm smoking a New World Dorado because I love this cigar. Because we don't have Padrones because I don't know. Are we gonna get a Padron account, Casey?
Yes, we will get a Padron
Okay.
account.
This is like a very good consolation prize to a Padron.
That is
Yes.
true. Fair.
Okay.
It really is.
I
You
mean,
like it that much?
There's Henry Clay's.
No, I know. I just didn't.
Oh,
Casey?
I wanted this
I-
instead of Henry Clay. I wanted a little bit more than a Henry Clay because I'm gonna be sitting on here, you know what I mean?
So
No,
is that what you're
that's fair.
telling me? You're smoking a Henry
I,
Clay?
I'm smoking Henry Clay. Yeah,
What
I'm
size, Casey?
the Corona.
Your
Stop
size?
smoking my fucking cigars,
Casey?
Casey.
Hey,
It's okay. I took him too.
hey! I got you a whole brand new box yesterday,
Oh, that's so nice of
so
you.
I can smoke a couple out of them before you smoke all of them.
Well,
I've got a Kintsugi.
Kintsugi?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good first cigar of the night too.
Yeah, I like it. I mean,
I always liked the Kintsugi.
it's got. I mean, as you guys know, we've talked about. It's got flavor. It's definitely got, and that's what I'm looking for. But I'm not looking for an overpowering flavor.
No, I think it's a really rich medium minus.
Perfect.
That's what I would call
Well
it.
said. I would call it medium,
Really
but yeah,
rich, medium, minus.
medium.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just less
Yeah,
than
yeah.
medium, huh?
Like it's super smooth, which is what keeps it from being a medium for me. Like it's
Yeah.
almost smooth like an aged cigar. Like it's very understated, but it's still complex and rich.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I think.
I like that.
Hey, so you guys were drinking some stuff earlier. And it's
Oh my god, we're gonna
You
review that
got
shit
it?
later.
Oh, you're gonna review it?
reviewing
That's the
that.
review bottle.
Are we?
Yeah.
I was okay.
I
What-
feel
what-
like
what-
you
what?
don't want to review it.
I was
Do you want to put a name to it?
no, not yet.
Not yet.
I was really looking forward to that bottle. Like it's one that hasn't been around in a long time, and it's from someone who generally does a very good job.
Generally.
Yes.
And I immediately didn't like it.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Off the
straight
nose.
away.
As
The
soon as
nose.
it hits your palate, you're like, nope.
I'm gonna let it sit there and open up, but it was not good.
And that's why I asked about it.
Hey, coming soon though, leaderboards. We're gonna do the old Top Gear style leaderboard behind Casey.
Oh my
nice.
For
gosh.
our barrel pickers
For barrel-
and our top. It's just gonna be the top 10. We actually need 3, Casey, because we need cigars too.
Yeah,
Although
I was-
cigars are
I
gonna be
was-
hard. But we're gonna do top 10 whiskeys, top 10 cigars, and then people like they'll just fall off if something replaces it. We'll just throw them off. They're gone.
Point wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we do it in cigars, we're going to end up getting into what my favorite is, what your favorite is, and
What?
it's gonna
No, it's just gonna be the
have
10 best average.
We have an average system.
Since we don't have a track, and cigars don't drive.
don't drive, don't roll.
And-
Well, they do roll, don't
And,
they?
and we don't have stars to put in a reasonably priced car.
Right? Hey, was it you that said that the Grand Tour isn't over?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. They decided to
One more.
pinhole
They're going to do at least one more season.
said possible cancellation.
I don't know why you would cancel that show. It's
Well,
still
it's-
one of their most watched shows.
Honestly, it sounds from what I've read, it's not canceled. It's just that they're getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Like literally.
That makes sense.
Well, if they would have started bringing in younger people a long time ago, we wouldn't have this problem.
But finding the right young people. is a
Instead of
pain in
letting
the
the
ass.
instead of letting the BBC stumble through the Matt LeBlanc years
I mean, it's fun
and
to
get
watch.
to decent Top Gear,
Yeah.
those were bad.
But the
Al-
two old guys are
although-
May and Clarkson, right? Those are
They're
two
the
old
oldest. Hammond's
Yeah.
the youngest.
Hammond's
Yeah.
young.
Hammond's
Yeah.
youngest.
Hammond's
Although
youngest.
Hammond, I mean, listen, by all accounts, Hammond is going to kill himself on that show long before they die off.
Yeah. I mean, if we add all of Hammond's like crashes and near death experiences, I think he's older than the rest of them.
Yeah.
But
Like he's gone through a lot of lives.
yeah, he has wasted many lives
If he's a cat, he only has
doing
one left.
silly things. I actually just watched that episode of Top Gear, the rocket crash episode.
yeah.
When he comes back and talks about what happened, and basically when he was in that rocket car, he was like, the sun was going down. We had the track for another 30 minutes. It's like, one more seems like a good idea. Let's just open her up a little. And there's like that one more, and you just watch the tire dig under, fall apart, and then that whole rocket car just rotates over and over and over. And you're like, wow.
I mean, it was probably safer in that than he was the Rumac.
Yeah,
Fair.
because the Rimac caught fire.
And burned for what, like 4 days or something?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
When you said just one more, that reminded me at the end of the day of most of the tourists when they come up. Oh, we'll just get one more. We'll just.
That's when it always goes bad.
Yeah, that's when this ski patrol makes their money.
It's fair, yeah.
That's anything.
That's
anything. Literally, as
Yeah.
soon as the idea of just one more gets in your head, pack it up.
But I can see the tumble part. I mean, I've done a few tumbles myself, and the one that came to mind for me was clipping the edge of pinnacles after straight shooting Ellie's. And going towards Ellie's.
If we're being
lower.
honest, that's not the one more will that got you into trouble.
True.
Yes. Yeah.
It's funny. I was thinking about this the other day after we did the last episode, and we had spoken about the visiting Stephen, Lucas, and Linus.
Yeah.
And they were chasing a guy who basically has broken 6 vertebrae in his back.
Yeah.
And I go, but in the end, those guys smoked me.
Yeah.
Coming down gun barrel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those guys smoked me. I had to bail out.
Yes.
I had to bail out and go use round.
Yeah.
You know why?
Younger.
Because there's a group of 4 people that were skiing. One of them's hit trees, the others have not. One of them has wisdom and knows, I don't think I need that anymore. The other ones are like, nah, we're untouchable. We're good.
Hey, but those guys, they know how to ski. I have to,
If we're being honest, you
my
know how to
hat's
ski.
off to them. Yeah.
Yeah. You know how to ski?
I mean, I still don't think you give yourself enough credit. You're a talented skier.
No.
I've seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You ski.
I'm not. Thank you, gentlemen. But I'm not talking. I'm not talking about me. And yet I am.
Oh
Well,
my God! Did I tell you
thanks,
guys? Did I talk about this losing my 6-iron on here last week?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Yes.
Did you find it?
No.
No.
It's
But
somewhere
I
in the
did.
snow.
So I swapped Casey out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my irons were 22 years old.
Yeah, and these ones are older.
I got them used. I personally probably had 2,000 rounds on them, and change. Right, some old irons.
Nice.
How many
Yeah.
rounds can
And
you
I
get on
took a lot of shit for those clubs.
For the 22-year-olds?
Yes.
Okay.
Like people that played with me often. Like, when are you going to replace those? Like, you could see where I hit the ball on them. Like, I'd worn out the center of the club head.
The
There's
grooves.
just a
Yeah.
huge divot in it from him sending it to
I-
the
I-
asteroid belt.
No,
you
but
know?
Also-
you can tell.
Funny story. There's the one set of Mizuno blades they produced that help people put the ball in the air. I was reading up because I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I got to replace them. So I was reading through all the different Mizuno irons that I found mine. I was like, oh, MP33s. And it's like, these are really sought after because these are the irons that Mizuno produced that help the ball go higher in the air. And then the little review and like some more, and then like some more, a couple more sentences. And it was like, and who doesn't need help putting the ball in the air sometimes? And it's like,
That guy.
That would be
Me.
me.
There.
That would be
anyway, so I swapped Casey because now Casey's going to play without a 6-iron
Yes.
for a set that he had that was mine before. But they're even now I'm playing with like 34-year-old irons. I haven't hit him yet. I'm going to hit him on Tuesday.
I was about to say,
I was just
yeah,
going
you
to
know,
ask,
take
did
them
you
out.
get them regripped?
I got them extended and regripped twice.
Twice?
Twice, because the first time, it's shaking a little bit. We're still good.
yeah.
I get them, but they're, so I go in, and they're like, what do you want? And I was like, I want the 5-iron to be 38.5 inches, and I want every club to be half-inch increments up and down. So they measured the 5-iron, and it needed an inch extension. And then they just put an inch extension in every other club.
Oh, my gosh.
Because they're like, obviously they're the same. Didn't think anything of it. Got them home, laid them out, because they had to come out of my car because they couldn't sit overnight while they were curing.
Right.
Laid them out. 2 of them were the same length. One of them was like an inch and a half longer than the other. One of them was like, 2 of them were like a 1/4 inch shorter than the next one above it. I'm looking at like, what the
Is
did
this
you
the
guys
same
do to my
place you
clubs?
take
them?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I call them up. It was still like business hours. I call them up like, hey, do you have a cell phone? I was talking to the manager. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm going to text you a photo of my irons that you guys just extended. And you let me know if I can bring them in to get them fixed. And I sent him a photo. He's like, are they all lined up? Yep. You're sure?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, just go ahead and bring them in. We'll take care of them. So yeah, I got them re-gripped and extended twice.
Twice.
And he was okay with fixing them.
I mean, I'm sure he was okay when he was talking to me. I'm sure he wasn't okay when he was talking to the people that did it.
And when you laid out how you wanted them.
Yeah.
So you had to relay
He's
it out
like,
for
well,
him.
they told me that you just wanted everything an inch extended. And I said, no, I wanted everything. I wanted the 5-iron 38.5 inches and everything a half inch up and down in increments. He goes, and they just measured the 5-iron. And I went, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Because they're
So,
lazy.
so when you say up and down, so it's based on the five
So the 5-iron, the
is
4-iron, the 4-iron would be a half inch longer. The 3-inch iron would be a half inch longer than that. And then the other way, so the 6-iron would be a half inch shorter.
Shorter.
And then all the way down.
Same with the 7.
How would
yeah.
your pitches and your putters work?
They weren't in the set.
Oh, okay.
My wedges are different. For whatever reason, I've still played Titleist wedges, even though I have Mizuno irons.
That's just because you like them.
No, it's because Mizuno wedges were terrible for a really long time. Now they're actually pretty good.
Okay.
I've been playing Titleist wedges for, 20 years. So
34.
yeah, no.
Or are these new? Well,
No,
ish.
before Titleist, I played Cleveland. Like when I
Okay.
had my MP14s, when I had the ones I have now, I was playing Cleveland wedges.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take them out and see if I can hit them.
I think I have one of those Cleveland wedges.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yes, I think I do.
I've got actually, I don't have any Cleveland wedges left. I've got all my extra wedges are also tight. Like the ones I chip around my living room with are also Titleist wedges.
So you've had the set that you have for 33, 34 years.
No, I got those used too, but I got them. They were newer when I got them than the MP33s were.
Okay. Are you ever interested in replacing those?
Yeah, I mean they're pretty beat up. I'll play them for as long as I can, just until they annoy me so much that I have to go out and spend $1,000 on new irons.
Got
Or
it.
until he breaks
Got
the
it.
head.
And I'll probably that's even $1,000 is also getting used irons when you're talking about Mizunos,
Right.
Because they're $1,500 for a new set right now.
Ooh.
Well, no, my question was more along the lines, is there an interest in it? Like, no, there's not an interest because you're not being annoyed enough.
Not yet.
Yeah.
There will be. It'll happen. I know it's coming.
He's getting there.
I just don't know when.
Will it?
Yes, it will.
Those
I
clubs
mean-
served me quite well.
What, sitting in the corner of your living room?
I played games on them. I got my first par on those sets.
Okay.
I mean, they're nice clubs.
They are nice.
But those 33s
I
are-
kept them very nice too.
Those 33s are probably better for you than the 14s were.
No, I'm excited now that I have the 33s.
But wasn't the par on the putt-putt course?
No. The par,
no,
legitimately.
I have a
we've-
legitimate par.
We've
Thank
told
you
this
very
story.
much.
17 at Edgewood during his first full round of golf ever. And me being a complete jackass.
Yes.
Were
And
you having
got
a bad
And you
day?
got par.
No, he was having a good. Well, actually, he started having a bad day.
Then I had a good day.
Then he had a good day.
No, I was just
Yeah.
so he hooks one into the trees, right? So 17 at Edgewood, the right side of 17 is Tahoe. It's the lake.
Yes.
It's the TV one you always see on ESPN.
Yes.
Yeah.
Left is trees. He's almost green high, like maybe what 10 yards short
Yeah, I'd say about that.
in the trees.
Off the other side of the cart path.
So between him and I didn't know this when I was driving up. He walked up. I was doing something, and I drive by. So there's a window with the trees, but between him is the cart path and a bunker, and then the green. And I hear him yell at me, "What do I do here?" I never even slowed the cart down. I drive by and I go, "Bounce it off the cart path. It'll carry over the bunker. It'll be perfect." And I just keep going.
Yeah, that was his solemn teaching advice. My first round of golf, and he just does some drive-by education. Is like, yeah, okay, I'll see you there. And I'm like,
Well,
this,
And so you
in
must
his
have.
defense, this is his normal teaching.
in all fairness, though, I was like, oh, I'll fucking show him. I'll fucking bounce it over this motherfucker. I was like, motherfucker right here. So I was like, you know what? And I hit it, and I just watched it like go clink
Off the cart path.
off the carpet,
Like I said,
up and over like the little
Carried
tail
the
end
bunker.
of the bunker, and was like 5 feet from the hole.
Nice.
for a par putt, which he's saying.
Yes, I walked up, made eye contact with Lane, and then putted it in, and I was like, boom, that's par. I'm done.
Now, the problem is that's not an insult because it's exactly what I said you should do.
Yeah, I would hope so. You've been playing golf for like my whole lifetime.
Christian thought when I said MP33, I was talking about firearms. No, those are my ancient Mizuno irons. Only slightly less ancient than my newly acquired MP14 Mizuno irons.
MP33. He's like, you have an MP33? If we had an MP33, we would be affording new golf clubs.
Yes.
Right? No, and to answer what Will's next question is going to be, the next irons are also going to be Mizunos.
Yes.
Listen, I was thinking about it. The only one with the newest, most expensive gun is that one there.
Who?
Over
You.
here.
Me?
Yeah. Your rifle, your 6.5 Creedmoor.
6.5?
I feel like
I mean, it is the newest for sure.
No, no.
I feel like it's the most expensive.
Oh, yeah, because you've
Oh,
got
yeah.
the
No,
brass
that's right.
furniture.
That's right.
Lever action
somebody,
357.
somebody has a lever action that's just
Listen.
criminally sitting on a shelf.
I don't care what either of you say. I have the coolest gun in the armory.
And $1,000.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not wrong. I'm still
Yes.
looking to get one.
That's fair.
I mean, it's an M1 Garand.
Yeah.
It's America's hammer.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh no, you
Uh-oh.
actually bumped it enough to where now that blocks the door.
This guy right here.
It's all right.
you're
I'm going to
trapped.
suffer through it.
Yeah,
You
just
are
go
trapped.
while I'm
ahead.
shaking on camera.
You don't
It's
have
fine,
to go.
George.
You don't
Don't
have
worry
to go
about
back
it.
to work.
Don't worry about it.
You're stuck here, George, forever.
He could have came
Here,
back with those York.
step back, then open the door, past the tripod.
Yep.
Oh, it got bumped into where it's in
Yeah.
the way.
Just push the front of that leg forward towards me.
There you go.
Yep.
Perfect. Now you can escape.
There you go.
Come back with those York peppermint
Hey, and it
patties.
put him back in actually where he was supposed to be. Hey, woo. Good job, George. Thank you.
That's Mr. Papa Giorgio, our executive producer.
Anyway, I'm looking forward. Tuesday, it's going to be like 70 in Carson again after snowing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow next week too, isn't it?
You shut your
Not
whore
really.
mouth.
No,
Hey,
So here's
I
the
like the
thing.
snow.
Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Like, it's snowing, but not really. So I work on the mountain, right?
Yes.
And it was like 8 inches one day and like 9 inches the next day. And we had people.
Skiing it off.
I had 4 inches where I
Oh,
was.
the M14 is so cool.
Ooh.
That's such a cool weapon.
Yeah.
I
So
want that.
people were coming down. They couldn't ski blues in the powder because they weren't steep enough because the snow was too heavy. Like winter's ending.
Yeah.
It just is.
So it was a heavy,
Like
slushy snow.
it's warming up. The snow's not good. Like it'll be good groomers. Mashed potatoes in the afternoon for sure.
Well, you just got to get high. You got to get high and stay high.
Yeah, but we don't have anything that's that high.
Not there where he's at.
Oh,
Palisades?
you mean at North Star?
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, we kind of do.
No,
I think there's
you,
more.
No, you don't.
And even at Heavenly, it's really just the top of everything off of Sky.
Well, it's top of canyon, top of sky, Dipper, Comet. Even Dipper and Comet get a little grabby at the.
They get very grabby
towards the bottom.
Yeah, towards East Peak.
Yeah.
And then the bottom of Stagecoach just becomes wet.
Yes.
Like it's bad.
But it's not a puddle.
That's true.
It's not. I mean, because
Not yet.
Because coming off the chair the other day at Gun Barrel, that was 3 inches of puddle.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I mean, but the good news is it has snowed since I've been there.
That is
and
true.
So they probably got a little bit more coverage.
Yeah,
which is good.
I got 4 inches where I was at.
You mean down there?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
What'd you get, Casey?
Snow?
Yeah.
It didn't really stick.
Mine stuck. It was
Yeah, it
for a
didn't-
minute
Didn't
overnight.
stick. We were fine.
So just for those who don't know, that Kevin lives in Minden Gardnerville.
Yeah, in that area.
Yeah, in that area, and
You want to give his address too? We can dox the
yeah,
shit out of
I
him.
know that would be awesome.
I got this, guys. I got this.
SWAT team.
9, 2, 4.
And Casey lives in Carson City.
Yes,
on the north side.
North
Yes.
side, 221B Baker Street.
You wish you were that cool,
Yeah,
Casey.
Yeah.
And Kevin lives on 421 Wallaby Way.
Yep.
I don't get the connection.
That's all right. There are people out there who will.
I don't know how many will, but there are a few.
You know, actually, Lade, I wanted to mention the TV thing.
James is on. Look at
Which
that. He's
which
watching.
TV thing?
The TV.
Hey, what's up, Sarge?
You were talking about because the acolytes getting shit on.
Yeah, deservedly so. I'm pretty sure.
Have you guys seen the trailer
Yes.
No.
of Star Wars Acolyte?
Yeah.
I stopped paying attention
Yeah.
to Star Wars now.
It's awful.
It's terrible.
Is it really
It is-
that
Wait,
bad?
did you
is
catch the
awful.
close your eyes alien that can't close his eyes?
Yeah. It's bad.
Hey, Sarge, thanks for that bottle. That's huge. That's last year's too. That's a really good bottle.
Oh yeah. But I saw a video for the person who's creating it.
Oh,
And she
Dude.
flat out was like, I don't care if you don't like it.
yeah, that always goes well.
How the hell do you stand up and go, I don't care if you like this show or not?
Because she thinks she doesn't need the core audience, which is basically given up at this point anyway.
Yeah, that does seem to be the Star Wars argument, is that because it's a vast galaxy, there's so many stories that can be told. And sure, there can be, as long as they're fucking good.
Yeah, when the garbage,
Well-
you should just stop.
I mean, let's find some people that can really write and, do some stuff.
Oh,
You know that line of "I don't care if you like it" is a typical artist comment on how bad their shit is.
Well, so,
yeah, but I
well,
mean,
it's not okay.
They're being
There have been a lot of great artists through history, on TV, but also like in movies. Like there have been a lot of great artists that produced their thing, whether it was a painting or a photo or a
Right.
movie or a TV series, right? I'm going to do my thing. Usually those things don't have a pre-built audience. It's new,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And they produce a great story because it's super well thought out. This is adaptation of something that already has, like, we're talking about Star Wars. These are some of the highest producing movies of all time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
sold more merch than anything
Yes.
Yes.
ever. And they're like, fuck the core audience. We're going to go out and prove that we can find a new audience.
Well, even that, like like you said, those old artists that have put stuff out throughout the centuries, decades, they put their heart and soul into it. These guys don't feel like they're putting anything into it.
There's a
No.
there's a difference,
I
right?
disagree. I think they are. I think that they are
Not for the
do-
Star Wars.
doing something artistic, and I agree.
No.
Star Wars is a template, right? It's pretty much this is Star Wars. This is the story. This is how things go. And yet, this person who has developed what we're talking about has done something that they think is artistic and nuanced.
Oh.
and,
Leslie Headland.
Yes.
and
And I
you-
love that all the guys that hate what Disney has become
Right.
when they talk about her, it's not Leslie Headland. It's Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, Leslie Headland.
But here's the thing, Will. There's a difference if you're an artist, right? Like if you're like the Rolling Stones.
But here's the thing: she
And-
considers herself one, even though she may not be one.
Well, she lives in a really weird reality.
But she's doing it.
Exactly.
She's not trying to put in the work. She's
Yeah.
she's just assuming that she's great and doing a thing, right? Like, I don't think that Quentin Tarantino cared if you liked his movies, but you better believe he cared if he made a good movie
yeah.
by his standards.
Right, but I'm not. So this gal that did this, it has a vacancy in her brain that doesn't get past what she's done.
No,
Well, 'cause
because
she-
they're passing the message.
Yeah.
Well, she wants to put out her own content probably. So at this
Well,
point, she doesn't care about
Right.
Star Wars.
Or think about, listen, I know that
which is not the arena she should be in.
I know
Yes.
that the commissioner over here at the desk hates Lord of the Rings.
I don't hate the Lord of the Rings. I
Like-
just think that it can be used to explain a lot of things.
Like or dislike the Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Jackson started developing the Lord of the Rings 5 years before it was introduced.
Longer. I think it was 10.
Was it? I thought it was 5.
I think the principal beginning of formulating his movie was 10 years.
Oh, see, I thought he started 90. Regardless,
Yeah.
a long time. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
well thought out. It was well planned. The visuals, there was a ton of work put onto them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, lots.
And
Now, he
Kate-
takes a
Case
lot
will
of grief.
admit,
He
it's
takes a
great
lot of grief
story.
for The Hobbit, but he took The Hobbit after other people got fired.
Yeah, he did pick up. He didn't plan that one.
Yeah, like,
Like-
that wasn't his baby.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, we desperately need someone to do this. Here's a massive check.
And they just pushed it out there for them to do.
Well, and they had to fix it. It's like Steven Spielberg doing AI.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know how you follow Stanley Kubrick. I just don't.
You don't. that I would have just released the movie as it was, and been like, there it is.
Part 1. Part 2 will never happen,
Yeah, live with it.
right? I mean, it's Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, but
Again, Stanley Kubrick. I don't think he cared if people liked his movies.
no.
I
but-
think he cared very much if he put out a movie that was up to his standards.
Yeah, it's more about putting the work in, and like I'm sure if it wasn't a Star Wars product, maybe that this show has promise.
So here's
But
the
when
thing.
you
I
put
don't-
it in that realm, that's the problem.
You're coming
Right,
in with
and
an
what-
expectation to watch something.
And what
Star
I'm
Wars.
getting at is that I don't care what story she would have put it into. Whatever she's creating is probably crap. And
Yes.
what I'm getting at is her comment is that of a
Oh.
failing or sycophant of their own work.
Yeah, well, I
You
get
know.
that. I get.
Well, this
I
is-
get that.
I think, as of late, I'm not going to put this on any one group of people, but there is a significant number of people in the world today whose, in their eyes, chief job is self-celebration. That's all it is. Right?
Yeah.
Celebration.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
They're like, they want to stand in front of the room and say, I'm amazing, and have everyone cheer that they're amazing. So they're going to say the things that get the most people that they can to cheer that they're amazing, and the people that are never going to cheer that they're amazing, they don't care about.
True. That's
I feel like that cuts from the people that could be watching your stuff though and cheering for you.
I mean,
Well, listen, Disney has another problem.
Yeah.
They have bought some Marvel and Star Wars specifically, right? Like they
Yes.
bought these properties to appeal to a specific audience because they needed it in their books, right? And then when they bought them, they did nothing but spit vile at the people who they were trying to get into their market. Like, how does that work? How did you think that was a good idea? Like, from a business point of view, what math did you do on paper that made that make sense?
Well, they have the start of Star Wars where it's like that. It's already perfect in those first 3 episodes. Then you have the next 3 episodes where it falls off a little bit, but it's still better than
pretty
the last
questionable,
3.
but like aged a lot better than you thought it would, especially when
did.
the new Star Wars stuff came out.
It has kind of held up. You're like, oh, that's actually not as bad as I remember it was.
Yeah, and I feel like they were expecting to live off of that and put out stuff that might help, but at the same time, they didn't have enough knowledge or foresight on how to make it work.
So basically, they're failing.
Yes.
Oh, so they have a proxy vote on Wednesday.
What's a proxy? I mean, wait a minute. I know what a proxy vote is. What is the proxy vote about?
To replace 2 of their directors on their board with Nelson Peltz and I forget the other guy's name, but he was the CFO that was fired when Chapek lost his job back to Bob Iger.
Wow.
And they it started off like, oh, it's going to be a good showing. We think we're going to get 30%. And now, there's a real chance they're going to lose that vote. Now, it doesn't change. The board is still going to vote Bob Iger's way because it's a 9-person board, and they're only going to get 2 votes. But he's going to look really, really bad. Like, when Eisner was run out, he didn't even lose seats on the board. The competition got 40%. He still won, and he was still run out because he looked so bad.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, institutional investors are coming out and saying, we think it's a good idea that Disney takes a new direction. And institutional investors are the ones that have, hundreds of millions of shares.
Right.
They have the majority vote, right?
Well, you put them all together, and they probably do. I
Right.
mean, there's a bunch of individual investors that account for a lot of Disney because everyone wants to own a piece of Disney, right? It's like owning a piece of the Green Bay Packers. Like,
Right.
even if you don't
Fair.
have enough to be meaningful, you own part of the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
Yeah.
You got
is
your
fair.
one share.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it just TV in general. Just watching The Wire again.
Yep.
Right. I mean, the writing in The Wire is fantastic.
The
feeling of The Wire, it feels gritty. It feels
Like it should.
real. It just
Yes.
I know it's TV, so there's TV elements, but it feels believable and it matters who these characters are, and you understand that they have parts to play in the story, even if it's only for a couple episodes.
and
They
they're-
all carry in there.
There are subtle differences in The Wire between. So today, when they write a character who has a flaw, right, it's hyperbole and it feels forced.
Right.
But there's the one officer in The Wire who is obviously flawed and fails in the same way every single time. And yet somehow it feels natural. And that's a difference in talent and writing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I miss.
It's funny. I was watching the 2nd season, and I kind of lost its. I lost some enthusiasm of watching it in the 2nd season. I finished the 2nd season, but the last episode, I thought was really good. But the 2 before it, leading up to basically the crescendo of the series,
Yeah.
didn't seem to be. The middle part of the 2nd lost me. It just didn't seem to be that great.
Well,
great.
the problem with that one is there's a lot to keep track of.
Well, yeah, split into 2 different stories.
Yeah, and
But yet they
each
married
season
him.
kind of adds to it too. So season 3 will add a new section to play off the first 2.
You mean
it gets very complicated.
You mean season 3 will continue with the longshoreman stuff?
No, but it'll add a new it's all connected.
Have you
Okay.
not
Yeah.
ever watched The Wire all the way through?
Will has never
Correct.
watched
I've
The
never
Wire.
watched The
You
Wire.
you should muscle through the bad parts.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because it's fantastic.
What's it on?
Max.
HBO Max.
HBO.
Yeah.
When you say
I'm gonna say I
muscle
haven't
through
watched
the
it.
bad parts, muscle through the episodes that.
Yeah, pay enough attention to know what's going on,
Okay.
and then just accept that it's going to get better.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll continue. I mean, that's kind of how Game of Thrones became after like the first 2, 3, 4 episodes of Game of Thrones was pretty good, but well, no, it was really good because it sucked me in. But
Yes.
fourth, fifth season wasn't.
Game of Thrones is good until Sean Bean dies.
that happens pretty early, Casey.
That's in the first.
and
That's
then
in the
and
first.
then it falls apart.
Is that the first or second episode of the series? I think. Yeah. It's,
See, I haven't seen The Wire, and I haven't seen that one, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I don't know. I stayed away from it, and
I would watch The Wire before I watch Game of Thrones.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely watch The Wire.
so I'll
The
probably hop
Wire
on
is just
that.
good. Given your current line of work, I think you'd have a different appreciation for it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's true. Yeah, that's actually real true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wire is more for you. You got to buy into the fantasy of Game of Thrones. Is the situation?
I just didn't buy into it because everybody was hyping it up so much.
No.
I saw an episode, I'm like, and I walked away.
And I think that's why I haven't watched The Wire until now.
I mean, I think what I appreciate about Game of Thrones early on is the same thing about The Wire, is it had that real life grit to it. Like it sort of felt like medieval England. Mm-hmm. I mean,
Okay.
Yes.
like the tone of it, the dirt, the grime, the dress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The peril.
Like
it's
it
gritty.
felt appropriate for what it was supposed to be.
Did
Right.
you guys watch Spartacus?
No.
oh,
I didn't either. I heard, my mom watched it for a while, and I saw an episode or two, but it didn't reel me in.
yeah, I did watch Spartacus, and I liked it.
Okay.
I was kind of.
I saw the episode where the guy got his ding ding snipped.
Oh yeah.
Look at that face.
Wow.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Wow.
I caught that episode, and it just like, no, I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I don't
well,
need to
yeah,
see
This
this.
I
is
mean-
the reason I watched the show.
Insert the
There's a
Mel,
reason
Mel
why I didn't
Brooks.
watch it.
No, insert Mel Brooks from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Right? I heard someone say what we need today. We'll know that TV, we'll know as a nation that we're healing from this divisive right, left, woke, not woke, whatever, right?
When Spaceballs 2 gets made.
No,
That's
when
crazy.
we get a Blazing Saddles type movie about wokeness.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for there's only one person that's going to be able to write that movie.
I know.
Yeah.
And he needs to do it soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Blazing Saddles.
I mean,
that
there's,
movie.
dude,
Oh.
Mel Brooks got away with things as a director that no one else in the time could have gotten away with, much
And-
less now.
Now, he definitely would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Casey, what are we smoking tonight for the review?
We are smoking the Drew Estates Blackened M81.
Yeah, you
I
just
can't.
lit that up.
I can't believe you saw this, and I still had to convince you to buy it.
Well, because I thought I was gonna try it because I'm like, oh, I'll smoke that. But then you're like, we should do the review, and I was like,
We'll smoke that.
are you sure? And I was also worried that it had the acid taste to it.
Is it? Wait,
Look at that face.
Casey, what have you told me about this cigar?
See that's I thought it was an acid. That's why I was really surprised when you were like, yeah, we should review it. However, it is not an acid. It is definitely a cousin of the Underground series.
Okay.
So you're safe. You're safe to
It's
commence lighting.
What did you do to
You
me?
scared him there for a minute.
Yes.
That face
If-
said everything.
Unless I swapped yours out with an Adam Maduro and you're about to like
I mean, it would get hucked across the room. You know that.
Yeah, could you make it
Actually,
curve?
I would force us to do that and one of the random multiple Ambarana finished whiskeys that you bought in the
one
same
he's
review.
drinking. Like the one he's drinking now.
yes, the delicious rare character.
Yes.
So he's going to find that bottle?
He said,
Is it an exceptional
he's
series
looking at
bourbon?
that one that you want? Yes, it is. He's looking for it. There was one bottle left.
I hope he can find it. I
I
want
hope
that
so,
so
too.
bad. I want
know.
to try it.
I know. I saw it. I'm like, that actually sounds delicious.
Oh my god! So I did the thing that I hate.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I almost cleared out a shelf of bourbon.
almost.
Almost.
Those 4 bottles you brought
Six.
in.
No.
6.
No.
Wait, you-
No. Lane decided to go look for a bottle that he wanted.
So, I was at. I can't believe it. I shouldn't say this publicly. I'm gonna get in trouble. So
X store.
I was at a store, and they had a bottle of Jack 12. They had a bunch
Yeah.
in the back. I'm sure, because they have real buying power.
Yes.
They would sell me a single bottle of this year's Jack 12.
Oh, this is the one that
Oh,
you can't
James,
go
just
back
pay
to.
attention to this. I have a bunch of this year's stuff now. And then while I was there, I was talking to a random guy, and he's like, at X store in another location, they have some Buffalo Trace barrel picks for $26.
Ooh.
And I've never had a Buffalo Trace barrel pick. Was curious. It's like, all right, I'll drive out there and buy a couple.
Is that Reno?
Sparks.
Okay.
So, drove all the way out there. It's a long ways. Found the Buffalo Trace. There was someone walking the aisle. I was like, hey, any chance you guys got in the Jack 10, Jack 12 today? Because, it's going around, like it's getting delivered probably everywhere. And she was like, yeah. I was like, cool. Well, she got on the radio, and she's like, yeah, they're just pulling out the cases now. And this is where it went bad. She goes, how much do you want? And I went,
How much?
How much do you have?
wait, what?
Huh?
I'm a little caught off guard at this point. It's like, how much are you willing to sell me? And she goes, all of it? I was like, oh, we're playing a whole different game now. So it's like, no, other people are going to want that. But I'll take 3 bottles of each. And I was like, no. I'll take 3 bottles of the 10 and 2 bottles of the 12 because I already had a bottle of 12 in the car. And she's like, okay. She just wanders into the back and walks back out with 5 bottles. It's like, sweet.
You know,
And I hate the guys that they go to a place and they see Stag and they clear off it's retail $59 or something, and clear off 6 bottles.
Yeah.
Like the whole case.
Take the whole thing of Stag.
And I was like, wow, I just did that. I was definitely the asshole right there. But I had such a hard time finding that stuff last year.
Yes.
I'm like, we're doing it.
it was
Just
damn
hand-
near impossible.
just give it to
in
me.
Nevada.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, hand it over. We're taking it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you didn't clear out the whole stock, even though she
No.
said you could.
Yeah. I mean,
There was a moment where she was like, I'll sell you the cases. It's like, shit. All right. Decisions have to be made. Yeah.
So they got it in a pallet, right? It was probably delivered in a pallet.
No. I'm sure they got a
No.
case of each, maybe 2 cases of each.
Oh, is that right? That's
Yeah.
all.
And
yeah.
it still didn't last the day, I'm sure.
Probably not. Not after you.
But yeah.
Well, how many do a case?
But I still don't have
Usually
any.
there's 6
The
bottles to a
Jack
case.
14 isn't out yet, and that might have ruined my chances of getting a Jack 14.
Maybe.
But I desperately want one of those. 2 if I can find them.
If the picture of you is at their register, then you need to send somebody else in.
have you seen this boy?
He did bad things.
Well,
I legitimately felt bad. I was in line with the bottles, looking around. Is someone going to come stop me? Am I allowed to
He's just waiting for it
looking
to
over my
happen.
shoulder like I just told a racist joke?
So you think going back out to Sparks when the 14 comes out is going to be you get 1 bottle, sir?
If they don't remember me, they might just yell at me.
Really?
I think the person at the other store will sell me one if I'm there when they have it. She'll pull one for me.
If you do it right, you say, in my defense, I didn't take the case like Shepard.
Yeah. Listen, I was offered all of it.
I was offered the
and
whole
I didn't take it.
lot.
It took a lot of inner strength for that to be the case.
I know, right? But hey, you got what you've been looking for.
Oh,
That's all that matters.
should we light up these Metallica cigars?
Casey's already lit his
I
up.
got mine going.
You cheeky bastard.
I lit mine up after Will did. He started it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, shit, Will.
Well, I mean, hey, guys, in my defense,
He did try to flag everyone
I did
down.
try to flag
Yeah.
everyone down to get it
But
started.
we try to wait about an hour before,
He was like,
and it just hit an hour.
hey. And I was
Oh.
like, oh, that's a good idea. And I was like, I'm going to light mine up now, too.
And not say anything to anybody.
So I will tell you, I'll say the same thing on the review. I was really looking forward to shitting on this cigar. Really.
I think
Did you
might
already
have,
try it?
You might have a hard time.
Yeah, no, I smelled it. I smelled the one and went, oh, that's
Ooh.
probably going to be really good.
Yeah.
This is Metallica cigar?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Don't you?
It's the same label as their whiskey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it aged in their bourbon barrels or something? Their recycled bourbon barrels?
No.
Have we gotten their whiskey? Are we going to try that one day?
I mean, I don't want to.
It could be good. Like
Yeah,
the
but
cigar.
wait. Tell the story though.
All right, so what I was told about their whiskey. Right, I have a really hard time with novelty.
Yes.
What I was told is that it's sourced right from different places, and then they put it in barrels in their rick house. And in their rick house, they play Metallica's music loud enough to vibrate the barrels to change the aging profile, which I just
Does that work?
can't. I can't imagine that it does. Casey's dying over here. He's just fucking losing it. I heard that and I was like,
That's amazing.
really? That's damn it.
Yeah.
I like Metallica. I grew up on Metallica.
I did too. I still enjoy their music. Their Saint Anger wasn't all that great, but
No.
Oh, Monica's leaving.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's really good. Straight
Yeah.
away.
yeah, lighting it, you can smell it. It just
Don't
smells
you?
amazing.
Don't you just hear that song in your head now?
Well, this is going to be an easy and disappointing review
Yeah.
that you'll have to wait for a couple days for.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's tasty.
I wanted to ask you about that other thing you sent.
It is a full-blown Maduro. Me?
Yeah.
What did I say?
What would you do if you received an allocation product that wasn't yours? Bourbon. Bleh.
So the Bourbon Junkies did a barrel pick of Eagle Rare
Yes.
that, I was never going to get because I never have the time to be the first one on with my card loaded to buy it fast enough to get one.
True.
So it doesn't matter to me any. But turns out they didn't get it. Well, they're going to get some cases back now, it turns out. The owner took enough grief from all of the junkies that the distributor came in and pulled like 7 or 8 cases that were left.
Okay.
That he pulled off the shelf when he started taking a lot of heat for it. So it was sold into a shop in D.C., just a random shop.
Okay.
And they just started selling it. And the junkies didn't know this until someone in their Patreon or whatever sent them a photo and was like, hey, this looks like your whiskey. Because it has their sticker on it with their logo in their font. Right?
Yes.
Right.
And there was they called back and forth. The owner was apparently a dick. The manager was a dick. And then the Bourbon Junkies guys went on and just started smoking them on social media. And the owner stopped selling it. But he was just selling it. And that's okay. This isn't like some rant. Like I did a Knob Creek pick. I got a Knob Creek pick that wasn't mine, but
Yeah.
it had the wrong sticker, but they said it was mine, so I sold it anyway, whatever. This isn't that. This you don't those are allocated picks, just like the bourbons. You have to
Yes.
go to a lottery to get them. It's a huge deal. So you don't mistakenly get an Eagle Rare pick. You don't mistakenly get 200 bottles of Eagle Rare. Yeah.
I
And
mean,
he's
you
like,
could.
how would I know? I thought it was mine.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of knew it wasn't his when he saw the sticker on it. At least he should have.
So this is the question, right? Like, you're a store owner, you get an allocated pick. You're just gonna sell the shit out of it and make what you can make, and whatever happens, happens.
No.
Or are you gonna do the right thing, or is it even the right thing? Like, this bourbon's incredibly hard to come by. You're gonna make thousands of dollars off of this.
Yeah. I feel like what's going to happen is what could have happened is if he didn't go back and give it back, this would continue, and then they pull his basically his
Account.
his account. Yeah.
Is it just me, or is there no natural sweetness in this cigar?
There's
I don't
no
have
sweetness.
any.
Well, they can't really. The distributor's not going to pull their account because
Yeah.
it's a liquor store. They're making a lot of money off him,
Yeah, and this
Okay.
is their fault.
and he wasn't going to get a pick anyway. It's not like he's losing a pick.
Right.
The lottery, I don't know, 1 million people enter that lottery for those barrels, and they probably award, I don't know, 2,500 a year, maybe.
But this is a distributor problem.
Yeah, the distributor
Yeah.
effed up for sure.
Yeah, like this falls upon them. You know.
I mean, the guy who received it, he received it probably He just took it in good faith that it was his, and priced it and put it out there.
Well, that's the thing. Even on the box, on the outside of the box, it says who it's for.
Yeah, but he has people in charge of different departments.
Who does?
The general manager of a store.
I mean, it's a corner liquor store. He probably works in there most days.
Oh, it's a corner liquor.
We're not
store.
talking about like a Total Wine.
I'm thinking, yeah, I'm
No,
thinking
no, no.
it's
It's a liquor store, like in the traditional sense of the word, liquor store.
This is like if
give
we
me that
got
pint behind the shelf.
yeah.
I mean, not quite that bad, but probably not far off.
But this is like if we got a box of like Opus X's that clearly we didn't qualify for, and it just
Smoke
showed
'em
up.
in a-
Yeah.
Especially if we didn't pay for
now
them.
I would,
Would you?
I would make a phone call,
Would you?
and I would say, hey, first of all, because I don't want to be charged for those,
Okay.
right? Like
Right.
first I'm be like, hey, you guys sent me some Opus X's. Like I didn't order these.
Well,
Are these free? Like, did you make a mistake?
Well, the other question is, did
Can
they,
I keep? Can
Are
I
they
keep a
free?
box?
Can I keep them?
But that's the thing. The other thing is like this guy didn't pay for it. The bourbon junkies
No, he
have
paid-
already
he
put an
paid
account.
for 'em.
Did he?
Oh,
He paid
okay.
for it.
So he
Okay.
just got them, and they just showed up. Like he was like, "Oh, I'll try to get him if I can."
Yeah, no, he paid for them for sure.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I
Or
mean,
he was billed for them.
well, then I.
I don't know
feel-
what their liquor laws are. In Nevada, you have to pay within 30 days of delivery. I think I don't know what it is in other states.
How long did he have these for?
By all accounts, a couple weeks.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how long. I don't know how long he was selling them for. He had the whole thing was going on for a couple weeks. I don't know when he pulled it because it wouldn't have lasted a couple weeks. So he had to pull it within a couple of days, probably.
There was only
Oh, yeah.
7 cases left though.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure there's 6 bottle cases.
Yeah, so it wasn't much left over.
Yeah, no. So they might get 50 bottles back.
I was going
If
to say,
it was
did
7 or 8 or 9
Yeah.
cases.
Did he
like,
get 200 bottles? Is what he got?
That's I mean, so Eagle Rare is proof down to like 100-ish, not exactly 100, but right around there. So you're getting more bottles than you would get out of a straight barrel pick,
Okay.
but it's probably 200 bottles. I mean, best guess.
Wow.
It's not exact, but
okay.
around 200 bottles
Roughly,
is
yeah.
probably what came into the shop,
And he's going to probably.
and he probably sold 75% of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, so is that money's not going to get kicked back or anything because he bought those bottles essentially?
They'll refund him for the cases that were recalled.
Okay.
Yeah. You
And
know.
then bourbon junkies will only pay for those 7 or 8 cases that they get back.
Yes, but when you, I mean, listen, most people when they get a Buffalo Trace allocation pick of any kind, they're gonna go to Buffalo Trace. Like, so they spent thousands of dollars on the trip, like airfare, hotels, food, the whole deal, right?
And the
You're taking
tasting.
multiple people. They took like 6 or 7 people with them, so this is a whole ordeal that they're now out. Now they're gonna get a different pick.
Right.
Right.
And I think they're getting an E.H. Taylor pick, which for some people is an upgrade, for some people is a downgrade. Doesn't matter. Pretty equal, maybe a little bit better.
Right.
But they're gonna have to do the trip all over again. They're still gonna be out that money.
Right.
It's just kind of a pain in the ass. And the guy, there's no way that it doesn't matter who received that shipment. There's no way they thought it was theirs.
Yeah, they should have made that
There's
call.
no way you were like, oh, perfect. This is great.
Yeah.
What did I hit the lottery today?
It's
You
kinda
went,
like-
if we sell them, no one will know.
It's kind of like that case that Kevin got in. Not his. It was for another place, so he called the other place and let him know that, hey, I got this
Yeah.
case.
The
in,
liquor
it's not
lineup
yours.
case,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the liquor lineup case.
Well, and I mean, you sold booze, Lane. Isn't that just a phone call to you? Like, hey, we delivered the wrong thing to someplace. Can you go pick it up? Because you're the guy in the area.
Yeah, yeah. When you've got when you're a buyer,
Yeah.
you have a direct line to your reps.
Yeah, let's just call the rep and
But
have
do
them
you
come
even
fix
call
it.
the rep? Do you just call the other person that was supposed to receive it?
No, you go through the rep
Oh, okay.
because they'd have to issue the refund
Yeah.
if they took it back.
Yeah, that's a phone call to your rep, and he goes, "Oh shit, I'll be there in 20 minutes."
Yeah,
Do
they,
not
like-
sell any of those bottles.
He hasn't set him back waiting. He's still waiting on a text or call back from the liquor lineup.
All right,
Yeah. So who knows?
maybe we can peruse through some of those boxes.
Liquor lineup's a little bit different. They have like 3 stores.
Yeah.
They've got different people managing different departments. He'd probably be better off if he just called. I don't know
Who the distributor was. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like it's Southern.
And I think that was the rare character one, so.
And Southern's a little bit slower now because they've eliminated a lot of the rep positions. A lot of it's automated, but you'd still have someone. Like I had someone, even with the automated ordering, I had the rep's number in my phone. I could just text him and be like, "Hey, I got this. No, it's not mine," and I would have gotten a response within 20 minutes.
If not within the day.
Yeah, I mean,
20 minutes or sooner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially for that.
Anyway, so that's what I was asking. Like, what do you do there? Like, as
Yeah.
a small business owner, what do you do?
As a small business owner, he should
Were
have
you-
known it wasn't his, which he did.
Yeah, but you're not getting any credibility. Like, you're not getting any bonus for giving it back.
True.
I mean, you might get, they're like, oh, we'll give you a case of, like, we'll sell you a case of Eagle Rare above your allocation, right? So that's, you're going to get one extra case of 6 bottles. You're going to make an extra, I don't know, $100.
All right. Well, this should, even though he sold a bunch of cases, this should open up the bourbon junkies to get more track, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's Buffalo Trace we're talking about. They're the most celebrated bourbon company on the planet right now.
Yes.
Buffalo Trace is internally, I imagine, going to understand that their makeup effort is done when they give them the different pick.
Got it.
So it's a process till then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, we're going to end this before we smoke these down and do a review?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Sounds
yeah.
good to me.
All right.
Yeah, we've been going for
About
a while.
hour 30?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, it's my turn. I always take these
Yes,
out. That's
you
right.
do.
I think it's everybody else, but it's me.
Yep, no, but you.
It's me. Hey,
Yep.
guys, if you made it this far, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.